My name is Trail. I represent Sports for You podcast on that shows up on Tuesdays and Fridays, 6:30.
Shout out to my
Go
guy
ahead and follow
John.
my guy John, Nick, Mark. Those guys be killing it. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter on money_ice. And also, we would be doing a Bad Blood Sports for You watch along next Saturday, which so happens to be my birthday, so it's gonna be lit.
Oh snap! Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, man.
All right. Well,
Thank you,
I'm
thank you.
Dale. Do a lot of different podcasts, but you can check out a lot of different stuff that I'm doing on BS and Beer Media. Find us on YouTube, Twitter, that kind of thing. I'm also doing some shows on STWF TV. We do a show on Monday night, the Play Call Sheet, and I do a show on Tuesday as well, called the Chop Up, where we just talk about all things non-sports. So gossip and foolishness, we just have a good time out there, man. So, but yes, I am where you can find a lot of my Saints content on BS and Beer Media. Do like two Saints shows a week. So definitely one after the game, the Beer Chaser, and me and Trell. We always talking about the game afterward, and come hang out with us, talk your ish. We can take it.
Okay, good people. All right, so this is the Eagles versus Saints recap. As far as my audience knows, they know I'm a huge Eagles fan, and
Yeah.
I was a little shaky, going into the game, but we pulled it out somehow. I'll let the guests come in with your takes first. I want to hear your takes in the game.
Basically, it was a defensive struggle. Our team suffered a lot by the loss of our starting center in like the third play of the game. So I mean that's tough to stomach, and our offensive line was already kind of a question mark to begin the season with, right? So we got a question mark at left guard, we got question marks at right tackle, and we got a rookie at left tackle. Okay, like that's our offensive line. So the best guy on our line was a center. Boom, we take him out like third play of the game. We kind of suffered. So our run game was a non-factor. And then I think our other flaws showed up. So we're not deep at receiver. And we usually line up in two receiver sets most of the time. Well, to get you guys out of those 6 defensive line packages, you need to spread these suckers out. And we can't do that because we don't have the personnel to do it. And so that did show a flaw. And the Saints need to counter that flaw, because you're going to start seeing a lot of this. If you can't stop something, it's a copycat league. You're going to start seeing it week after week, man. So in essence, like those are two big factors in determining the loss. I thought our coach made some stupid decisions by trying to be as aggressive as your coach in a defensive struggle and not kicking field goals.
Sirianni's
like
a risk taker.
These are asinine coaching decisions. I think Nick Sirianni was done for the field goals he passed up, as well as Dennis Allen. So both of them get the smoke, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Sirianni is going to drive me crazy. I'm going to have more gray hairs by the end of this season because he's just taking these risks on, like, not going on. That's what got us. That's what lost the game against the Falcons. But I digress. Trell, what was your take on it, man?
My take was I was wondering how our defense was going to hold up against Sirianni's offense, because despite what happened in the Atlanta game, I knew coming in Philadelphia heard all the noise, they heard all the chirping, they heard all the people, questioning, do they still got it or are they a bust? So I knew they was going to come to the dome ready to play. So I was happy that, for pretty much the first half, we held the Eagles offense to 200 yards. To hold that offense with with Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley on the same roster, that was a hell of a good job. We forced Jalen Hurts to fumble. We got that. Got him an interception in the red zone. So I was like, oh man, these guys are cooking. Like Jalen Hurts had nowhere to go. Barkley had nowhere to run. And the only thing that was hurting us was the Phillies defense was like, oh yeah, if you can do that, we can do that too. And Kamara couldn't really get going. Carr was struggling. I mean, Carr was like 14 for 25 for 142 yards. I mean, that's not bad, but he could have at least had his normal good game was at least 200 yards. So our offense is pretty much stagnant for the first time since last year. So when we had kicked our first punt, I'm like, oh, okay, this is going to be a long-ass game because we haven't punted at all since last season. So, well, in our first drive, because we scored almost every possession since the season started. So for us to struggle like that, I'm like, oh, no, this ain't going to be good. And we start the fourth quarter 3-0. I'm like, okay, something's got to give. Somebody's defense has to break. And
you guys are the litmus test.
Lord behold, 2 minutes in the fourth quarter, Saquon goes to 65. I'm like, as soon as he got past that first line of scrimmage, I'm like, oh no. The first thing I said was, oh no, before he went 2 yards. I'm like, oh no. And that was a straw right there. And we had some bonehead penalties. And I told Dale about this the other day. Kamara had the first down. Kamara was already blocked on the sideline, damn near sitting down for a Gatorade break. Penning is still pushing the dude towards the bench. I'm like, dude, stop. What are you doing? And that penalty took us out of field position, and that was another touchdown we possibly could have had. And I give props to the Eagles for watching tape on Shaheed, because we went to Shaheed like 3 times and no nada.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this. What were you about to say, Dale?
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. Look, you guys were the litmus test for us because you beat Dallas convincingly. So if we held you guys down like we did, and after seeing the display that Dallas put up against the Giants, there's no doubt in my mind we should just knock Dallas out of the park. But there are a few things that I noticed in that game that it's consistent throughout every game since the season opener with Jalen Hurts, is that we can't help but to turn the ball over. And the mere fact that you guys couldn't cash in on those turnovers, it really the Saints lost the game. You guys gave the game away. Eagles, we really didn't win the game. I looked at the stats. I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, so let me get this right. We had overall offense 460 yards. That's a combined with everything in totality from Saquon's rushing to passing, and we only scored 15 points. 15 points. That is a head scratcher. So that I'm a realist. Before I'm a fan, I'm a realist. And looking at the stats, it's abysmal the fact that we can only get 15 points off. So imagine if we actually go up against a team that's fully stacked, offense and defense. We're going to get our heads knocked off. We're not coaching right. We're not making the right plays. Sirianni is doing this. I don't know this, like, I'm going to go for it all or go home kind of like situational coaching. I don't understand this. So the game really showed a chink in our armor, if anything, because we can't score it. Red zone. Jalen Hurts still turns the ball over frequently, and I'm not sure it's because of the offensive coordinator. He's trying to get used to killing more or whatever it is. But at some point, you got to take accountability for your turnovers, because ain't nothing else Kellen Moore can do to make the offense more easy or more accessible for you. And now we don't have our receivers, our top 2 receivers.
Right, and that was going to be a big thing I brought up, the fact that you're missing your top 2 targets. But I mean, look, late in the game, I mean, Hurts figured it out. He saw that crossing route and hit the tight end. who should be number one receiving weapon right now.
Yeah.
And I mean, look, he made the play he needed to make. So you got to give him some credit for sure. But how hurtful is it to the passing offense to not have somebody else step up at that receiver position? You guys traded for Jahan Dotson, right?
Yeah, Jahan Dotson. We I think we got him like a 3rd or 4th round pick from the Washington Commanders. I mean, look, we went to Goddard. Goddard's always been our go-to when nothing else is open. 170 yards, 160 yards, and he didn't get a touchdown. But the biggest, my thing with Jalen is it's like the inconsistency. You need to run the ball if you don't see anything open. So he did that the Falcons game. He decided he was going to run because he wasn't seeing anything. Even though you look back at the tape, there are receivers open. He just doesn't do the check downs like he's supposed to do.
Okay.
First game of the season against Green Bay, he had a wide open AJ Brown in the back of the end zone, and we all looking like, "What are you doing? What are you not seeing?" So I'm sitting there thinking, is he not reading the defense? Is he not seeing his check downs? Is he just rushing to get the ball out, or whatever the case is? It's not working. So against the Saints, I was just like, thank God we got Saquon, because Saquon really took and put the game on his shoulders. It was like, thank God, 147 yards, thank God, But this game just really it's a telltale sign of what the season's going to look like overall. I don't really see us being more than maybe winning 10 games, if that. And if
are you going to win the division?
Well, the division is.
I think.
That's a good question.
So. I mean, y'all might have to contend with Washington. Washington keeps going on this road that they're on with Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
But the way the Cowboys are right now, they're sitting at 1-3. So as of right now, I don't see them as a threat because Micah Parsons is out. Lawrence is out.
Their offense is
their running back isn't doing much. And
they can't run the ball. They only got 2 receivers. Same formula they got with us,
Yeah, Dallas is 2-2 right now. Not you think about the Giants. The Giants are 1-3.
Oh yeah.
So let me tell you something. Our division, we tend to beat up on each other. I mean, the same way in the NFC South, you guys beat up on each other, and the only team that's not even an outlier, that's just like y'all. Well, actually, the whole NFC South is kind of scary because now you got the Red Rifle in there going crazy against the Raiders. So now it's old-fashioned NFC South where you guys are beating up on each other and you don't know who's going to end up taking that playoff spot just because they won the division. Because now I can't really tell. Baker Mayfield has inconsistent games. They started off 2-0. Now he's 2-1. The Falcons, they got a good defense, but they just can't seem to find the rhythm on offense with, between Kirk Cousins trying to really figure out who is going to be his number 1 target. Carolina is really an anomaly. You don't know what Carolina's going to do because I wasn't expecting Carolina to beat the Raiders the way they did in a convincing manner as they did, because who the hell did they have on their team? And then you guys,
nobody. They had us. They had us on the team. They had you a wide receiver. They had me in tight end. They had Dale at the offensive line.
Yeah,
and they still won.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the NFC South is up for grabs at this point, as far as I'm concerned. We won't really be able to tell until, like, I'm gonna say 8 games in, or just even 8 games in with the NFC South. You can't tell unless everybody has faced everybody, or at least one time. So with the Saints, I don't know. Like, I can't give you a clear shot. Same way with the NFC East. I don't know where we're going to be at because the Washington Commanders always play us hard. We can be undefeated every year, and they come and beat us. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the axe to grind. They're not even our real like competition. It's really Dallas. We don't like Dallas.
Yeah.
But here come the Washington Commanders can be 1-5 when they get to us.
Y'all beat us. Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl.
I don't know what that is. It's like we get like butterflies every time we go up to their stadium or something, or they come to us. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
My guy Jaden Daniels is balling, man.
Like, yeah, he's going crazy.
Cash money.
Okay, quick question. Do you think he is top runner for rookie of the year? Based off this?
For now, yes. For now,
yes. Himself.
Okay, comparing him to Caleb Williams. That should be an easy one for you.
Honestly, Caleb Williams got better weapons.
Him to Caleb Williams, he's already won.
Yeah,
which is the crazy part.
Caleb Williams got better weapons. He should be looking a lot better than what he has. And I mean, Jaden Daniels starting to figure it out now with Terry McLaurin. So yeah.
Oh no, he's coming into his own. I'm watching the game, and as I'm watching him go against the Bengals, now again, okay, take it with a grain of salt. The Bengals defense is somewhat depleted. It's been downhill since they got rid of Jesse Bates 2 years ago. They should have paid Jesse. You need a quarterback of the defense. That's plain and simple. Now you see what Jesse's doing with the Falcons defense, and how that's flourishing. It just needs to gel. But the Bengals, but that's not to take away anything from Jaden Daniels. I think he's making some really smart decisions, especially as a rookie quarterback. I mean, the past 2 games, man, the dude's been going crazy. I can see him being the rookie of the year.
Yeah, he's not scrambling when he doesn't need to. He stays in the pocket, and he knows he's gonna get hit by the hammer of Thor, and he still made that long touchdown pass. And it's like, this dude he's coming to league showing poise. I mean, I like that. I respect that, because not all rookies do that. CJ Stroud was another one last year, and he wound up winning rookie of the year. So that's why
he's giving me that CJ Stroud vibe.
Yeah, I got him over Caleb Williams because I don't know what's going on in Chicago, but if you put Jaden Daniels in Chicago, man, the Bears would have been a scary team by now. But I don't know what it is.
I'm gonna go against the grain with that one. No,
offensively, they would have been a scary team.
Nah.
I think Chicago is cursed, bro.
Yeah,
there would never be a good quarterback in Chicago as long as they are a franchise.
Never. Look what Justin is doing over in Pittsburgh now. Again, Pittsburgh has a great defense.
Yeah.
And he can lean on that defense, but
they're
he's
winning.
3-0.
Yeah.
He's 3-0. You don't lose the game.
You got 2 quarterbacks. You got 2 quarterbacks in Green Bay that still own the Bears. They carry on the Aaron Rodgers tradition.
That's a real thing. I'm just saying the Bears need, like, if I'm the GM with the Bears, I'm building my team from the ground up. I'm not starting with a quarterback, because it's basically like building a car with no engine. You don't have a line to protect the damn quarterback. It's pointless. I can put any second, third string quarterback behind a good offensive line as long as the quarterback is somewhat competent and knows how to read defenses. But he got ample time to do so. Caleb Williams is looking like Justin. He looked like Justin the first year. Like, he don't have enough time. He has the weapons.
It's wild that the last time Bears had a quarterback that got them to the Super Bowl was Rex Grossman. Grossman.
Listen. Defense. Urlacher is definitely. Yeah,
that's my point. Like, they had Jay Cutler for all those years,
and he stole.
And I was calling him the Tony Romo. Of the NFC North, because they got so far and they dropped. And it's crazy that the only time they tasted real postseason success was a low-level quarterback.
Jay Cutler definitely stole money. He stole a lot of money, and I never saw the spark in it, but that's what the Chicago, that franchise just gives me the grit of, like, we're old school, ground and pound defense.
National.
Yeah. Like Pittsburgh, at least they still hold that tradition of the steel curtain defense with having a decent running back, but they always are going to have somewhat of a good or somewhat subpar quarterback. in hand. Like between Russell and Justin, one of those two quarterbacks is going to have to do their thing come playoff time if they make it to the playoffs. So it's just it all plays out. But Chicago is just not a place for quarterbacks to even develop. It just if you don't already have that quarterback sense, or what I'm saying, you're just not going to develop. It's like one of those places your career goes to die. Kind of like how Cleveland used to be all those years ago. Rookies would go there, and their careers would just go in the toilet because
head up in college, man. Can't miss prospect. They go to Cleveland and die.
I mean, just straight away. It wasn't any kind of faith whatsoever. And I just see that being Chicago's fate going forward. I don't think that they're willing to make the sacrifices. Go to get you a lineman off season or in the draft. You had ample time. You go get Caleb. First of all, I've never was sold on Caleb Williams. I'm gonna be honest, quite frank. I mean, Heisman, cool. The second year after that Heisman, I was just like, he's not really all that to me. Like, you can do that in the weak division, but do it in the SEC. To me, I
thought Chicago did invest in the offensive line. Just like looking at the pieces they got on the line, like they got an unrestricted free agent from the Rams this year at center. Last year they drafted a right tackle in the first round. They got an unrestricted free agent at right guard from Tennessee. They got a second round pick in 2021 at left guard, and they got a fifth round pick in 2022 at left tackle.
Look at the
look at
the two teams you just named: the Rams, and the Titans for guards.
I mean, listen, you can knock the decision to pick up these people, but you can't say they didn't try to invest in the offensive line. That's what I'm saying.
You listen, O'Doons. I think O'Doons is a great wide receiver, but I'm going to pick. If I got two picks, I'm going to scout for whatever blind side is. I need something on that side, regardless of what's going on, or something pieces rather than I'm gonna just go get a wide receiver. And again, like I said, I think O'Doons is a great receiver coming out of Washington, but you need to protect the quarterback, point blank, period. Or get a running back or something. At least, what I'm saying, somebody who can chip block something.
Now for sure, I'm definitely gonna criticize this running back situation because they spent all this money on Swift, and he is terrible.
He is horrible,
absolutely terrible. And so now we're starting to see Roschon Johnson getting some play, and he was the best looking back that they had in Chicago. Look, for my fantasy team, I hope for God that he becomes a
man. Selfish reasons. What?
Hey man, listen. Speaking of fantasy, I like to extend the thanks to Dallas Goedert on my fantasy, man, because I was hoping he didn't get score, but he got me at least a solid 20 points.
Oh man,
you're bold for having him in. I had him on my bench, man. So you're bold.
Oh my goodness. My fantasy team is not looking that great right now because I got Chase on my team and he put up numbers Monday night, but he hasn't been doing anything for me. And I got Lamar too.
That's another thing. I mean, Cincinnati's their offense takes a few weeks to kind of get started up.
It happens every year, and I'm like, why? What is the problem?
This was an extra week longer than it was supposed to be. By week 4, they already would have picked it up by now.
And I tell people that too.
They go 0-3 like every year. So
I had it's funny. I got a story. So I had a guy try to proposition me. He was like, "Hey, listen, give me Chase," because I had Cooper Kupp. Kupp, and he got hurt. He was like, "Give me Chase. I'll give you Drake London, and I'll give you a running back." I forgot the name of the running back. I think it was from the Rams or somebody. And I was like, "I'm not giving you Chase. Why would I do that? I need another receiver, but I'm not giving you Chase." He's like, "Chase doesn't do anything." I'm like, "Listen, he does this every year. It literally takes 3 weeks for him to even ramp up." Yep. And he was like, "You know what? You're right." I pay attention to football, man. Like, yeah, pay attention to NFL. They do it every year. He's even more mopey because he didn't get his contract. So, who knows if that's?
I got Joe Burrow as a quarterback. So, he still gets me some solid points. I'm just waiting for him to throw some touchdowns so I can really start getting my points up.
Yeah, I mean, Joe Burrow hasn't thrown any picks so far, which is great. I mean, you know what? It's a trend though. I'm starting to see it's like 3 or 4 quarterbacks that haven't thrown any picks, but it's like, are they being more conservative now? Is it that they're not taking as many risks to throw picks?
Probably
because between Burrow, Allen, and I want to say who was the third quarterback I saw that didn't have any picks. Which is actually shocking for Josh Allen not to have any picks.
Yeah, right. I agree with that.
Or any turnovers. Allen doesn't have any turnovers this year. And I'm like, is it because of what Stefan's in Houston now? Like, is that the reason why? But there's another quarterback I just can't think of. I can't think of it off the top of my dome. But yeah, I'm just saying maybe these quarterbacks are playing more reserved, and we seeing like resurgence of defense actually doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Are they improvising more on the running game?
Hey, look, maybe we're trying to put more effort back in the running, and maybe the value of the running back could come back up after
Jaden Daniels.
What?
That's the other quarterback doesn't have any interceptions.
Oh, see, a rookie doesn't have one. That's crazy. And who knows? Like, is this the way the league's transitioning to where quarterbacks are not taking as many risks in terms of throwing picks? You know what I'm saying? But I can't tell what hurts. Hurts just I don't know. Like,
I think it's a result of you having so many young quarterbacks in the league. Scoring, I think overall is down in the NFL. So you look at guys like Anthony Richardson struggling. He threw 6 picks. Will Levis struggling. He threw 5.
Oh, the usual suspects. Yeah.
Jared Goff threw 4. Like, all these guys are struggling right now. Even Pat Mahomes threw 4. Jalen Hurts threw 4.
Pat's he's got to get his rust off, but like towards the end of the season, he's going to be prime. It just takes Pat Mahomes a minute, but you got his
back pocket, so.
Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, man. I actually cake for Patrick Mahomes, though. I'm going to be like, no. He's legit. He's legit, especially 3-peats. I want him to 3-peat. Because, listen, not to go on a tyrant, but like, if there was any other quarterback, wink, wink, that had 3 championships, everybody, media would be praising them. They're the gods of the football world. They are. If Josh Allen got 1 Super Bowl, he's on his way to being it would be nonstop on ESPN. He's on his Brady run. I'm like, bro, but Patrick Mahomes, it's like he got 3 championships and in less time than what Brady did, but yet it's still always. They're not even in the talks of Super Bowl. It's like, well, this is the Chiefs. They got problems with receiving. Kelsey is not catching as many balls. And I'm like, are we really that like just faded away from the fact that this man is arguably going to be one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever grace the NFL and doing it at such a shocking pace?
They haven't been solid for the past 2 seasons if you really look at it. Even by all intents and purposes, they shouldn't even won the Super Bowl last year.
They shouldn't have
last season. They struggled a lot. So if it was any other team, it would have been like, oh, this is the downfall of whoever it is. But with the Chiefs, it's like they struggle, but yet they still find themselves in lucky situations, capitalize on those lucky situations, and they're right back at the Super Bowl again. And it's like, teams that should have beat them, Philly should have beat them, Cincinnati, Buffalo. Like, the only person that's actually beaten him is Tom Brady and Joe Burrow.
I think it's because their defense stepped up.
Yeah.
They come in close when they need
corners. but they got rid of Snead in the offseason, sent him over to Tennessee. But they still got a good core 7. That's the crazy thing. They still have a good core 7. Secondary still playing solid. I think the overarching thing with Kansas City is like, well, why isn't Kelce getting? And that's where I kind of get fed up. It's like Travis Kelce isn't the only player on there. They got brand new weapons on their squad. I mean, and even Rashid Rice is coming into his own as an elite receiver.
Worthy.
Yes. Worthy is becoming somewhat of a rookie legend at this point. The dude's fast. A 4.2 at the combine. The dude is fast. So, yeah. I mean, I got the Chiefs going to the Super Bowl. In my predictions, I have the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Until I see something otherwise, I don't see them not making it to the Super Bowl, or at least at the minimum, at the bare minimum, the AFC Championship again. If everybody stays healthy. Yeah. So.
Yeah, you mean as long as Mahomes stays healthy?
Yeah. Well, the core got to stay healthy.
If Mahomes can have you as his top receiver and they still win.
Well, I mean, they took a big blow with the Pacheco going out. Now, that's gonna be a big blow to their running game because they struggled before they found him to find consistency in that running game, and so he has fixed that for them. And we'll see what if Clyde Edwards-Helaire coming back off of IR if he can step into the role that they drafted him to be in and produce that way. But yeah, I think Pacheco is a big loss for them.
Then they get Kareem Hunt
Didn't they bring in Kareem Hunt?
Yeah.
True. Yeah, Kareem Hunt. Yeah. I don't. After looking at Ezekiel Elliott like being DOA, like I really don't have any hope for Kareem Hunt being right. We still haven't seen Dalvin Cook play, and there's a reason why. I believe if you look at the backs running out of Dallas. Like they are terrible backs, and we still haven't seen Dalvin Cook.
Well, he's in Miami, isn't he? Or where is Dalvin?
No, Dalvin. Wait,
he's in Dallas.
Yeah, Dalvin Cook. I was talking about Dallas. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know Zeke is past his prime. Those running backs.
All these running backs are past their prime.
16, like the draft class is like 16, 17, 18. Or Saquon's still going strong, being drafted when he was drafted, but I don't know. Like,
Zeke was already on the downhill when he left Dallas, so that's why he lost his job to Pollard, and then they stupidly got rid of Pollard. So it's like, how you gonna trade him, keep Pollard, get rid of Pollard, and then bring him back? Like he's gonna pay dividends. Is like you traded him for a reason and you let the other reason go. So I don't know what the hell they doing.
It was that year. Dallas. No, it was. I can tell you exactly why Dallas did that, because it was that year that it was just like a strike against running backs. It was like, we're not paying running backs.
We're not paying nobody.
Yeah,
that's
right.
We're
not. Because we can just get another running back to plug and play, and that's what a lot of these teams think. We don't really need a running back.
Yeah, I'm like, there's a running back shortage, I believe, in the NFL right now, man. It's brutal out there for running backs, and I think it's because kids are looking at the devaluing of the position, and I'm going to play another position because you ain't gonna be a first round pick if you're a running back.
I mean, that's true unless you're Bijan Robinson. You're and one on the field. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be prolific. What was you about to say, Trump?
No, because now they're using wide receivers in the backfield. I was watching the game yesterday. I'm like, why is CeeDee Lamb coming out from the backfield? Like,
exactly.
No sense to me.
I was like, what the hell?
I'm like, you got Zeke on the wide receiver and him going this way. I'm like, no.
3 plays in a row. Zeke did it 3 plays in a row. I was like, what is this?
Because the running back sucks, bro. That's why. Got to try something else.
Come on, man.
Bro, the days of the traditional
and there's a lot of good running backs coming out of college.
It's not the same. It's not the same. Like, I'm telling you, like I said this some years ago. I said this when I saw Deebo Samuels. I said this is the dumbest, but I see where the presidency is about to happen. Deebo Samuels taking the ball out, him playing 2 positions. I was like, you're not getting paid for 2 positions, but you're setting a nasty precedent. It's like, all right, so we can just motion the wide receiver in the backfield and boom. Because you got cats like Worthy who can run a 4-1 and outrun the whole defense. And it's just like, what are you supposed to do at that point? You literally eliminate a position because you got another, but it's cheap. It's cheap labor. It's like, hey, you don't run. The NFL like is pass heavy, but every now and then we want to run the ball. We can do the little scat back, go around the back and go.
That's kind of like how we do it with Taysom Hill. Like we use him as a wide receiver, use him as a quarterback, have him in the backfield, have him as a tight end, have him as a fullback. It was like we had to pay him that contract that pays him for every position he does. Because nowadays, and I'm pretty sure eventually Worthy's going to be the same way for Mahomes. He's probably going to run some trick plays where he's coming out of the backfield. He's doing slants. He's doing this. So I think we were the first. I could be wrong, but I think we were the first ones to do that with Hill. And now it's like, because I think we started that first because it was working for us. Like there's like no defense was having a hard time stopping him because they don't know where he's going to line up. And so I can see Worthy being. I can see Worthy being something like that, like another Swiss Army knife. Well, minus the quarterback and tight end positions, but have him like a 2 running back set or like a 3 wideout set, something. Because dude, when you're that fast, it's like once he really gets going and really figures his game out, that's gonna be one deadly wide receiver.
That's and it's starting to become the norm in the NFL where you talk about, like, I see wide receivers lining up in the backfield, and I'm sitting there looking like are y'all not seeing like the genocide of the running back at this point? Like, there's no point to even have you line back up there. I'm not even going to waste a draft pick on the first or second round, and I can pay you cheaper than what I'm going to get you cheaper. Because if you don't want to do it, then I'll get a wide receiver who can, or I'll get like a tight end who can play fullback. That's what happened to the fullback position too. It got gradually grazed out of the NFL. But remember, we used to have great fullbacks between
Allstott,
Neal from the Chargers. It was some great fullbacks. And that position got phased out because we can just move the tight end. We can motion the tight end back, and you can just be an extra blocker. So to me, it's a sad day for us to go, the NFL to start going on to the I hate to say this, like the NBA is a positionless league, but we are shifting positions now, or we're phasing out positions that we no longer need to pay. And that was the thing with running backs now, it seems like.
Guys like Saquon and guys like Christian McCaffrey, they're getting paid because they're doing more than just running out the backfield. It's like McCaffrey, he can line him up on a slide, he'll catch a pass and be good at it. So I think nowadays that's the only way a running back can still keep their job is if they can learn how to catch and run.
You better know how to
really be part of an offense. Yeah. That's how they get their contracts.
Because McCaffrey is, I was like, man, I hate McCaffrey, but he is so good. He's like,
they ran him to the ground in Carolina, and it's like he had a resurgence in California because of the different like play calling they got for him. So it's like
it's a little easier when you got other playmakers. You got Debo Samuels, you got Ayuk, Kittle. Yeah. You don't have to work. You don't have to lean on me. I don't have to do all the grunt of the work, and I have a decent quarterback.
Yeah, but now you need that goat blood to fix his Achilles.
Oh, yeah, you going over in Germany?
And he's gonna be out a couple of months.
Yeah.
Who?
He might be out for a season.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take the season off, man.
McCaffrey?
Yeah, because its end results doesn't look too good after the first administration of the goat blood. You know, it didn't have the magical effects like they normally have, so it's gonna take a few more months.
Look, McCaffrey is he went to go get that German engineering on that leg. So but McCaffrey's always been injury prone though. Ain't nothing new.
Yeah, but it wasn't as much when he became a Niner as it was when he was over there in Carolina. But then again, there was a reason why I didn't pick him in my fantasy league, because he had everything going right for him. New baby, new wife, contract, Madden cover. I was like, all those signs. I'm like, you know what?
Though.
I was like, you know what? I am not picking him, and I'm glad I didn't.
That Madden curse.
Yeah, it's gonna be an investigation. I guarantee it, bro. Because like the NFL and the public, they got by this, and so
I didn't.
Yeah, people didn't know the severity of this injury. So yeah, it's gonna be a price to pay. I guarantee that.
I know that's going to
moment he raised no fool, man. I knew something was up. I'm like, he got too much going good for him.
Everybody has their picks. Like when fantasy draft comes, I'm like, I don't know about you. If y'all know you've had injury history, I don't pick you up. Like I was hesitant to pick up Lamar. I was like, he only had one season where he was out a majority of the season, but I still got him. Same way with who else I picked up that's normally like kind of injury prone, but dang, Chase was hurt last year, but it wasn't the whole season. T. Higgins?
Oh my God, that dude hamstring. He got some ragged ass hamstring.
That's why nobody wants to pick him up. That's exactly why nobody wanted to pick him up. He's been trying to get out of Cincinnati for the beginning of last year, because he wasn't
playing
paid.
that franchise tag now.
He gonna keep getting franchise tag. He ain't worth it. You got Chase over there. He need to put some numbers up. Oh man. All right. Well, fellas, I don't want to. I think we can probably go 2 more hours to talk about this, but in clarity to wrap up our recap of the Saints and Falcons. Actually, look, check this out. Looking ahead, looking in 2 days, you guys got the Falcons.
Yeah.
We got Tampa Bay. How do you think you're going to fare against the Falcons?
Okay. So against the Falcons,
it's gonna be another smash mouth football game for sure. If we can get to Cousins early, if Lante Taylor can go off and get to him early and often, I think we have a good chance of pulling this out. But it's probably gonna be another. I wouldn't be surprised if this turns to another low-scoring game, because when we play the Falcons, it's always close.
Yes, yeah,
always close. No matter what QB they have, it's always an issue with them. But if we can get Cousins on the wraps and Lattimore, if he can keep Drake London on the wraps, we got this in the bag. Yeah. Our defense is good.
It's a slobber knocker every time you guys go against them. I don't understand it.
I hate them, man.
So here are my issues with the game versus the Falcons. Both teams, we are missing both our centers. Okay, we're gonna be missing our center for a while. But knowing they going into the week, we should be able to game plan, practice, and get used to it, right? Now something just happened today that really crushed me. Chris Olave has a hamstring injury.
He's questionable
because of what happened today at practice. Like really, in practice. Now we got a hamstring injury. Okay, so
and you ain't got Davis too.
Yeah.
That was the for sure. Our middle linebacker. That's a big blow. But now the issue with the Saints is we only had 2 receivers really on the team. All right, one of them going to be questionable or down. That means we got to go to the bench and pick somebody in that we really don't want to play. All right, and so that gives me reason to worry. So it's going to rely on the running game. Now the problem with the running game, AK, his hip is acting up. He did fully participate in practice today, so I'm pretty sure he's going to play. How effective he's going to be, we will see. But I'm confident in AK. I think he'll be able to pull it out. But we're going to have to rely on him to win the game for us. It's going to be the running game that does it, and not the passing game.
You better hope that he come through. Ooh.
To piggyback on that, and we also got Miller. Miller's been a pretty good, decent backup as well. So we got him moving forward. And any new? I don't know what's the news on Taysom Hill. Is he playing yet? Is he still sidelined with that that lung
I believe
thing?
he's fine. I believe he's fine.
So that's another running back right there.
Right.
Exactly. You want to resort to Taysom Hill being your backup running back.
I mean, he's been our second running back all season.
No. I'm saying as far as schemes go, that's another offensive weapon we can use. And Shaheed, we might have to move him and make him almost a primary target if Olave is a no-go. So it's literally gonna be next man up, and we can still win this game with the next man up with pretty much the bench roamers. I feel really good about this team going forward because we got, after this game, I think we got the Chiefs on prime time, so we got to get this game in.
And Taysom Hill is a known Falcons killer, so like that.
Wait, what about y'all tight ends though? I mean, Derek Carr can, he can lean credence to the tight end a little bit,
It's nothing special.
If Olave's out, that might give us the reasons to start spreading the ball out to other receivers, getting our tight end some shine. I mean, that's how I was asking if Taysom Hill is going to be back, because that's another tight end position we could use as well. So if we have to start passing the ball around, I don't know if Carr is able to do that, but we're going to find out, because with the Falcons, it's either or with playing that team. Either we lose or we
have to run it.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna see how he folds under pressure, because them Falcons games get real heated. Y'all got something called Hate Week. This is the first time I ever heard some shit called Hate Week.
Yeah.
Falcons hate week, dude.
Yeah, I've been seeing it on my timeline all day. Hate Week. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Falcons fans are so terrible. Every week I can find somebody to come on the podcast to talk stuff, just like I had you on the podcast, Casey. Well, this week I couldn't find a Falcons fan on the podcast. Okay, couldn't find one to save my life. All right, I waited till yesterday to release my podcast. I normally release it on like a Wednesday, maybe late Tuesday, something like that. No, I couldn't find a Falcons fan. Had to release it on Thursday. Falcons fans, you freaking suck. I hate you all.
You sound like my co-host. He's a Saints fan too. My co-host is a Saints fan. And I
hate them, dude.
Falcons fans. No, look, check this out. Falcons fans are the most fair weather fans you're going to ever find in the sports world, period. When they up, they up. When they down, they act like they ain't even around. They act like, whatever. I'm really a Denver fan. I'm like, what? I could never. Yeah, no.
Yeah, right. Right.
What?
Yep. It's crazy, man. Like, I cannot. Out of all the teams in that division, I hate the Falcons the most. I don't know why. Maybe because they're more closer to us as neighbors, but I just can't fucking stand them, dude.
Yeah, the Falcons fan. Like, listen, I live in Atlanta, and it gets on my nerves. And I'm like, you guys suck. You should have seen. Like, it was like eating your favorite cake, Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. I literally was at a Super Bowl party. I never forget it. I was at a Super Bowl party at somebody's big house. Had all the TVs up. Had a DJ. Falcons fan, right? And I'm sitting there just drinking. And I'm just like, I can't believe the Falcons are about to win their first Super Bowl before we can get our first Super Bowl. So I'm sitting there just quiet. I'm just like, I'm enjoying the food at this point. At some point, towards the end of the second half, I'm looking, I'm like, it got quiet. I was sitting there, why is it quiet? Why is it quiet in this house? It's a bunch of people in here. And I look up and I'm like, oh, the Patriots are a touchdown away from I was just grinning from ear to ear watching that game.
Love this.
It was the most beautiful thing in the world to see a bunch of people just sick. They was sick.
That was a tough Super Bowl for me because I did not want the Patriots to win, but I'd be damned if I was going to root for for the Falcons to win. Because I used to work at the Michael Kors warehouse, the distribution center, and one of the supervisors there, he was a diehard Falcons fan. So every time we meet up, head up, we always talk our trash or whatever. And they made it to the Super Bowl. And it's like, yeah, we're gonna win and blah blah blah. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna sit here and watch the game, but I hope the guy the Falcons don't win. They up at the half. I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's gonna win. Now we're gonna add. They're gonna bring a trophy to the division where it's just us and the Bucks at the time. So I'm like, damn, all teams, I want these motherfuckers to win. Then I start seeing their defense start become trash. Their young defense core started pretty much showing that they're a young defensive core. And I'm looking at Brady go to work. I'm like, nah. And then overtime, one drive, one touchdown. I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I text dude, no reply. Haven't heard from him. Went to go look for him at work, didn't see him at work. So I'm like, this is almost like the dude fell off the face of the earth. I hit him up on Facebook, no reply. So I'm like, well, all right then. And they never been back since. So I'm like, sorry ass Falcons.
Hey man, look, that solidified Brady's GOAT status at that point. Yes. I was like, I am never saying anything about y'all could put the cheating scandal shit in there, y'all could do all that. That game right there, you can't say nothing about Brady.
That was me. The same way people start giving Brown respect in Cleveland the second time when he won that championship, that's the same thing I did for Brady. I'm looking at Brady do this. I'm like, oh damn, this dude's the GOAT. I was like, I stopped complaining. I'm like, this dude's the GOAT. I
just sat back and watched. I was like, hey, look, you come back from that because look, 21 points into the half, that'll crush anybody's soul in the Super Bowl. That's not even a thing that you can do at this point. It's just like, all right, let's just get ready, just salvage the game. What? Brady said,
"That's the worst game Brady ever had in the Super Bowl. That was the worst game Brady ever. That was the worst half Tom Brady's ever had at a Super Bowl."
Brady said, "I am a killer. Watch me work. Watch me work." And he put it to work. Now listen, I was in a division where I had to watch the Giants win 2 Super Bowls against Brady, and I hated New England just as much as everybody did. And those Super Bowls where Eli did his Eli thing against Brady, I was like, I'm not rooting for any team, but I don't want to see Brady get another ring. And even if that means Eli gets his ring, whatever the case is, whatever.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm saying, I just didn't want to see them get another ring. It pissed me off so bad. It was just like, damn.
I was a fan of Brady after that until he one day woke up and was like, you know what? I'm gonna go down to the South Division and wreak some havoc. And I'm like, damn. And that just happened to be Breeze's last year. I'm like, oh,
did you hear the story?
He was the guy that retired Breeze.
You heard the story about how Tom Brady was like, oh, like he wanted to rub it in Breeze's face so much. But
I heard a story that we were supposed to get Brady.
You guys get Brady? Nah, that wouldn't.
But if Breeze had retired, that for that 2020 season, there was a chance we would have got Brady. But Breeze stuck around, that 2020. I don't think that was. I wasn't for sure, but I know I kind of got mad when I heard we almost got Brady, but I even got more mad when I found out that Sean Payton had plans on drafting Patrick Mahomes.
I'm so glad he didn't. He would have killed Patrick Mahomes' trajectory so quick. So quick. I don't even like Sean Payton. I just think no. That wouldn't have been a perfect fit. Andy Reid is the quarterback whisperer to me. He knows exactly what he's doing. He takes his time. He's like a big father figure to every quarterback he's been with. I have never heard anybody say anything ill towards Andy Reid. And from his work, even I was happy when he got his first ring with Kansas City because we did him dirty in Philly. So I was just like, congratulations, Andy. Salute to you. You deserve it. All those years you put up with us in Philly, you deserve it. So
yeah, good. Yeah, it was a good story for him.
Great story. I
agree.
Well, fellas, let me before I end my take. I think Eagles are going to beat the brakes off the Buccaneers. That's my take on that.
Please do.
Please do.
Hopefully they had our number in the playoffs last year, but we gonna get our get back.
We rooting for you.
We're gonna hold it down.
Oh yeah,
hold it down.
I hope Saquon goes off for 200.
He'll go off for 500 if need be. He gonna go off for 500 against the Giants whenever that game plays. He gonna definitely go off. And he gonna look over at the stands and hand the ball off to the GM if he down there, or whoever the offensive coordinator is, or Brian DeBoer. I hear. That's what you get.
Yeah, hold that.
That's what you get. Well, fellas, this was a good show. Nice recap. We went into a whole other realm of NFL. I appreciate you guys being on the show. Again, give your shows a shout out. Sports for You, my guy Trell, and Dale.
Yes.
BS and Beer Media.
BS and Beer Media.
On every Thursday, me and Trell, we do a wrestling podcast called Best in the World, #BITW. We're going to be having a good time. I'm pretty sure we're going to be talking a lot about the Vince McMahon docuseries. So come through, man, and chat it up.
Nasty guy.
Yeah, man. Catch me on Sports for You. Sports You podcast on YouTube. Since like I mentioned earlier, next Saturday will be my birthday, so I probably will be on the show all week. So we're gonna call it the Trail Week. So I will be on there actually on Tuesday to give picks for the upcoming week. So if you guys want to stop by, pop up, get some picks, more than welcome, because it's gonna be a good week. It's gonna be a lit week. I'll tell you that much.
Trail Week. Let's go.
All right, guys. All right. Again, I am KC, and this is Off the Cuff Show. I appreciate you guys joining. We gotta have you guys back on. Great show. If you are watching this via YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're listening to this on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts at, make sure you share the link. And you guys be safe out there. Enjoy the weekend. Definitely be safe because the hurricane just passed, depending on where you live at.
I'm on the West Coast.
Well, okay, you good. You safe. Dale, what about you?
Yeah, I'm in Arkansas. We get a little rain. That's about it.
Oh, okay, yeah, you guys are good then. But everybody else, be safe out there. I'm in Atlanta, so some places got flooded. I got lucky. My place didn't get flooded, but
there you go.
Nonetheless,
Prayers, man. Prayers for sure.
Yes. Be safe out there, brother.
Be safe out there. And this is the KC Sports Show. We'll catch you guys later. We out.